Welcome to the Jason Simpson Show. I'm Chris Brinkley with Coach Simpson. Coach, coming off the loss at Southeast Missouri, a very good football team, and we had a chance to win.
Yeah, we really did. I mean, even though they're in our conference and we've had success against them, I mean, they've got a good team this year. They got 16 seniors, and they're ranked in the top 10 this year in the country. So hat goes off to them. Great environment. They've done a nice job with their team, and just a little bit more mature than we are in some spots, and that happens sometimes with the age groups. And just didn't really make a whole lot of big plays in the game offensively to offset, their experience and their strength of their running game, and they've done a great job on defense. So very proud of our defense, though, to hold their rushers to under 150 yards rushing. The national rushing leader, Harris, under 71 yards, I believe. So did some good things, made a good game of it, but just not quite enough.
Okay, let's watch the game film, UT Martin at Southeast Missouri. UT Martin at Southeast Missouri with Coach Jason Simpson, and Southeast has the ball first here.
The game plan was, load the box, make them throw the football, and they knew they wanted to run the football. They knew we wanted to stop the run, and our defense had a great plan and executed for the most part. Start the game off a little draw play there. Pretty disappointed didn't get a first down because it was 2nd and 2. And so we have to punt, and Joe Hook actually was the OVC Special Team Player of the Week, so it was a good award for him. Let the quarterback. It's very difficult to stop the quarterback on the run plays because they can always outnumber you. But we're really swarming the football, getting off blocks, and really being physical. There's a nice play there for Jonathan Utley there for a tackle for loss and get the ball back, good field position, and just disappointing there. Tevin Barksdale fumbling the football. You can't do that when you've got good field position.
There's Henry Harris running it again, and then Shywell, the quarterback, this time.
Like I said, great crowd there on hand, and in the first quarter, 0-0, and hadn't done anything offensively yet, and defense playing well.
It was a battle. It reminded me of the first half of that game with Eastern Kentucky earlier.
Yeah, you'll see our TJ Drakeford took his eyes off his wide receiver, and they play action. They hit a big pass on us, and they come back again, and Kendall Harper busts the coverage, and they break loose again. And and that's what happens when you play all that man coverage and trying to stop the run. That's what they force you to do, and then the quarterback's able to get out and score the touchdown, and they take the early lead.
That's Shywell to the end zone on a 7-yard run to make it 7-0. Skyhawks back with it.
A little play action there, nice job throwing the flat to Shiver, and picking up first down. Just bad read by Derek. I know he wishes he had that one back. He had gone several games without an interception, and that's very unfortunate.
A couple big turnovers there in the first half.
Our defense here getting stops to a bad field position and holding them to a field goal, and at that point, that's about the best you're going to be able to get from a strong offense running game like Southeast Missouri.
24 yards out, Southeast leads at 10-0.
Got a couple things going here. We knew what blitzes were coming. We could identify them well. There we don't pick up the blitz when we got the third down, and quarterback gets hit. Our left guard here doesn't pick it up, and so we end up offensive punting here and picking them inside the 20. At this point, just trying to play field position and get to halftime and regroup.
And it was 10-0 at the half and the start of the third quarter here.
Very proud of this drive. I believe we go 15 plays, but unfortunately we're not able to get points. There's AJ getting us out there to the 35.
Barksdale with this carry.
We'll get a little draw action going here, and 4- and 5-yard gains, and we stayed with the run for most of this drive here. There's a little stretch zone play, and our running backs we've got to finish blocks, and our running backs have got to come out of some of these runs.
There's a pass to Williams.
A little screen in the flat there to AJ, and getting outside, and working the ball down here. Nice power play. Have to go for the field goal, and Cody's had a good year up to this point. He misses it against the wind, and we get no points. And the defense goes back out, getting stops, and giving the offense an opportunity to get the ball back.
Shywell tries to throw the ball.
Almost an opportunity for a pick there, but good field position for our offense, and able to go back and power play off tackle and pick up 7 or 8 yards. Stretch zone play. With a big 15, 25-yard gain there to AJ. There's the freshman, DJ McNeil. third down here, and we pick up the run stunt and able to get it in on the stretch lead, and we're back in the game 10-7, and it got a little bit of momentum at this point.
Third quarter, the Skyhawks have cut it to a field goal. Southeast Missouri back with the football.
Very unfortunate, thing that happened to us here with the pass interference. I thought it was good position by our corner, and he's fighting his tail off, and so that gave him a first down. It was then here's another one here. We thought it was offensive pass interference. We don't get the call, and it puts them in good field position, and then we get out of our gaps there, and they're able to get the touchdown and take the 17-7 lead.
It's Henry Harris with the 8-yard touchdown run, but the Skyhawks answered almost immediately.
Well, we're maturing a little bit, and our special teams are starting to add to the game, and AJ makes a guy miss here and gets a couple good blocks and outruns the kicker. And that was exciting and good for him to have some success in that kickoff return unit. So now it's 17-14, and we're back in the game. You'll see there's Ben Everett and Julius McNair, and there's AJ makes one guy miss and then outruns the kicker.
Shows some speed there at the end, and it's now 17-14, and 11,000 plus there at Southeast Missouri were quiet after that touchdown run.
So now we got to kick off, and we do a poor job on the kickoff, and we kick the ball out of bounds and give them the ball at the 40, and you just can't do that against good teams. And they run a little option, and now they're starting to wear us down a little bit and reel off 4- and 5-yard runs. Here's a big third down play, and we blitz the corner, and they pick it up and throw a little stop route. Go back to the air again, and like I said, these are some things that you give up when you stop the run here. We got a great call, and TJ's has got to make that tackle there. That's your coach puts you in a position to make the play. You need to make the play, and if he does, maybe hold him to a field goal, and then it's 20-17 maybe.
Skyhawks back with it. Now you're battling the clock and Southeast Missouri on the scoreboard.
Yeah, you got to score twice at this point. What you're trying to do is either get the field goal or the touchdown and play for the onside kick, and it's a 2-possession game. So I thought Derek did a good job, drove us down and got us in field goal range, and we make the kick and give ourselves a chance to kick the field goal. And these are going to be all great experiences for him to be able to get in these 2-minute situations. And there you see him dumping the ball to the back, picking up 10 yards. Finding Shiver on a big third down conversion there. So we go for the field goal. It's a 2-score game, and Cody makes the kick. And then we go for the onside kick and don't get it, and lose 24-17.
You have to get the onside kick here.
Need one more hop right there.
And that'll do it. Southeast Missouri back with the football, and time runs out. 24-17, the final score. UT Martin falling to the Red Hawks of Southeast Missouri. Skyhawks fall to the Red Hawks back on Saturday. Coach, you just continue to move through the conference season. Austin Peay the opponent Saturday.
Yeah, the season's going by fast, and we're on game 10 this week. And Austin Peay is an in-state rival for us. We know a lot of their players. We kind of recruit the same guys. They're going to be physical. They got the 2 preseason all-conference running backs, both of them on the same team. They both rushed for over 100 yards last week, but they turned the ball over 5 times, and on the road you're not going to be able to win like that. So once again, it'll be a tough OVC game. It'll be a fourth quarter game. Keys of the game, we've got to stop their running game, make them throw the football. And offensively, we're going to be down a couple players this week, a couple wide outs. So, we've got to be able to manufacture some offense.
Okay. And you're playing for the Sergeant York Trophy ultimately in the final 2 weeks of the season.
Well, exactly. I think I've done the math right. I think Tennessee Tech's 2-1. Well, we've beaten them head-to-head. So if I'm right with my math, if we win one of these next 2, we'd be 2-1, and we'd win head-to-head versus Tennessee Tech. And although we've been 2-1 the last 2 years in the conference, we've lost the head-to-head matchup to Tennessee State 1 year in Tennessee Tech. So maybe we can bring that thing home this year. That'll be a first for our seniors, being able to beat East Kentucky for the first time ever and to win the Sergeant York Trophy. So that's why we're playing these last 2 weeks.
Okay, it's at Austin Peay Saturday. You can watch highlights of that game. Coach,
thanks.
I'm Chris Brinkley. Thanks for tuning in.